My name is Mira. Why would my boss pretend the cafe was bankrupt to test us? I work in a small cafe near the train station. The menu is on the wall. Regular customers come for coffee and an appetizer. One day Raju, the owner, told us the bank closed his account. He said the chef left and the reservation list is empty. We had no money for tips or bills. I felt shocked and betrayed. I wanted to leave. But I stayed to help the waiter and the chef. I stayed because my heart said something was not right. The secret made my hands shake. I made a quiet plan. The countdown had begun. My name is Mira. I open the cafe most mornings. I wipe the table and fold a clean napkin. The regular customers come at 8. I know their order. One man always asks for an appetizer and black tea. The waiter, Sam, smiles and takes the order. Raj, the owner, walks in with a white shirt. He is the boss. He is strict. He looks tired that morning. He calls us to the back room. He says, "We have no money. The bank closed our account." He holds the bill in his hand. He says we must close in 2 days. He tells us to find new work. He says he cannot pay tips or salary. The chef knocks a spoon. He is silent. Sam says, "But where will we go?" Raj looks away. He says, "I am sorry. I feel strange. My heart beats fast. I think of the menu, the reservation book, and the chef's soup. I think of the money in the tip jar. A countdown is on the board. Raj pins a note, closed in 48 hours. We look at each other. The regular lady, Mrs. Patel, gives a compliment to the chef. She says, "I love your soup." The chef smiles weakly. I see small tears. I count the hours. I start to clean plates and count the bill. My hands shake. At night I go home. I call my mother and say, I might lose my job. My mother tells me to be brave. I sleep badly. The next morning I see a small line at the door. A new customer asks for the menu. He says, "Is the cafe closing?" I answer, "We will see." He pays and leaves a small tip. The tip feels like a warm hand. The countdown moves. We must act. I decide to stay the day. I must know the truth. I must know if Raj will truly leave us. The back room door is closed. I hear Raj speak on the phone. He says, "Yes, I will tell them tomorrow." Suddenly, the oven makes a loud noise. The story is only starting. My name is Mira. The second day is heavier. The reservation book is empty. Some staff leave in the morning. Sam the waiter packs his bag. He says he found a job at a hotel. The chef says he will go to a small restaurant. I feel alone. Raj sits at a table and watches the empty seats. He says little. A customer asks for the bill. I write the bill slowly. I fold the menu and smile. A young man pays and says, "Good luck." He leaves a small note, "Stay strong." I keep the note in my apron pocket. The countdown on the back wall now shows 12 hours. I clean the plates. I serve coffee and a small appetizer to a regular. She gives a compliment, "This bread is fresh." I say thank you. My mind goes to Raj. I want to know why he did this. I ask Sam, "Did Raj tell you why?" Sam shakes his head. He says, "He was always hard. He scared us sometimes." I remember a fight last month. Raj shouted about a wrong order. He called the bank and said our account is empty. I find a paper in the garbage. It is a bank letter. The stamp is old. I read the note and something feels wrong. The numbers do not add up. I hide the paper in my apron. The countdown reaches 6 hours. The cafe is quiet. I sit and listen. Raj calls me to the counter. He gives me a small coffee. He looks at me and says, "Mira, will you stay?" I want to scream, "Why did you do this?" But I breathe and say, "I will help. I will stay until the end." He nods and looks away. The door opens. Mrs. Patel comes with a friend. She asks for the chef. I bring the menu. She says, "I will pay the bill for the staff tonight." Her eyes are kind. The staff eat in the kitchen. The chef cooks a warm meal. I see Raj look at us from the doorway. He steps back into the shadow. I open my apron and hold the bank paper. I wonder if I should show it. The clock strikes midnight. The countdown is almost over. I hear Raj on the phone. He says, "I will start tomorrow." I feel a cold wind. A bird hits the cafe window. I run to the door. Someone stands there. It is Sam. He returns. He says, "I could not leave. I am sorry." Tears come to my eyes. The clock beeps. We have 1 hour left. Something will happen. My name is Mira. The last hour arrives. The countdown on the wall shows 30 minutes. The cafe is small and warm. The chef makes a small soup and brings plates. We sit and speak quietly. Raj stays in the back. He looks tired and old. I go to the back room and open the drawer. The bank paper is there again, but I see another paper under it. It is a letter from Raj's sister. The letter says Raj had a plan. He wanted to know who would stand by him when he was down. He wrote, "I need to see true faces. I feel angry." I walk to the front and ask, "Is this true?" Raj comes out. His face is pale. He tells us to sit. He speaks in a small voice. He says, "I am sorry. I lied. I pretended the cafe was bankrupt." Sam jumps up. He shouts, "Why? You broke our trust." Raj looks at the floor. He says, "I did this to find who loves this place more than money." He takes a deep breath. He says, "Many owners leave when things are hard. I wanted to see who would stay and help me build again." The staff stare in silence. Mrs. Patel puts her hand over her mouth. The chef looks hurt. I feel the anger and the warmth mix. Raj wipes his eyes. He says, "I know I was wrong. I made you suffer. I am not a good man in many ways. I acted like a bad boss. I wanted to change. I wanted a team that cares. If you forgive me, I will make a change." He opens a folder. Inside are papers for profit sharing. He says, "I want to give each of you a small part of the cafe. You will have a say in the menu and orders." Sam laughs and cries. He says, "This is a test?" Raj nods. He says, "I was afraid. I thought no one would stand with me. You did. You stayed. You helped with the bill, with the tip jar, with the reservation calls. You saved the cafe that day. I feel my chest fill with new light." The countdown ends. A bell rings outside. A new customer walks in and says, "I heard this place is special." Raj smiles, small and real. He kneels and serves a cup of tea to Mrs. Patel. He says, "Thank you for staying." The staff look at each other. We are tired, but we are together. I think about the menu again. I think about the order list in the future. Raj had been bad in the past. Now he speaks like a man who will try to do good. The bad person begins to change. That moment makes the cafe feel alive. But a question stays in my mind. Will we trust him again? We have a long road. The bell rings once more. The chef brings a fresh appetizer. He smiles. The scene freezes in my head like a photo. The story moves to the end. My name is Mira. The ending is simple but warm. Raj asked for forgiveness and he offered a share. We cried and we laughed. Sam and the chef agreed to stay. We put a new menu on the wall. The reservation book filled slowly. The regulars came back. Mrs. Patel gave a compliment every week. She left a tip and a kind note. We learned a hard lesson about trust. Raj learned that fear makes bad choices. He learned to be honest. The team learned to speak up. We made a rule, no hidden tests. We will speak about money and the bill. We will plan the orders and the schedule. The lesson for you is clear. True loyalty is not blind. It is honest and brave. A test may show who stays, but it can also hurt hearts. Forgiveness is a strong step. We chose to forgive and to build again. The cafe is small but strong. I serve coffee and new appetizers with a steady hand. The countdown is over. The future begins with small acts. If you see a person change, give them a chance. Help with a menu or an order. Say a kind compliment. Learn from us and be brave in your life.